Welcome, everyone, to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the DIRTKars Pro Late Model Series presented by Harpers Salvage and Falcon Graphics. Tonight, these Pro Late Models will be taking on Volusia Speedway Park in Barbersville, Florida. Should be an exciting race here on Intensity Broadcasting. Last race, we saw Dennis Smith in the 51 machine take the win at Limaland Motorsports Park, led 17 laps, and had a pretty good run. John Foskey finished second there, again, at Limaland. So, for the past two races, 1-2 has been Dennis Smith and John Foskey, and right now in practice, John Foskey and Dennis Smith are 1-2, and both of them, their fastest times are within a thousandth of each other. So again, I think this might be another battle between those two, but also John Bartlett also has been fast. He's probably finished third place in the past two races, and we'll see if he can also have a great performance here. We're gonna look at some of the other names here. Did see Mick Olofsson lead some laps last race. He ended up leading 27 laps, the most for the race, but eventually Dennis Smith was able to catch up and take the lead away. We'll watch and see if he can have another good performance and lead some laps. And remember, in this league, there is no qualifying. The starting lineup is determined by heat races, which are always exciting. We're just going to finish these final few laps of practice. Let's also currently take a look here at the point situation. Right now, John Bartlett despite having 0 wins, he is still on top of the point standings, 29 points ahead of Mick Olofsson in second. Will Witt is in third, Donnie Bartlett fourth, and then Zach McMillan is fifth in points. And despite having 0 wins, John Bartlett has been a consistent top 3 finisher. And we might see another top 3 performance from him tonight here at Volusia. Here's John Foskey. He's gotten 2 wins in a row. No, 3 wins in a row. And he's been on a roll. Well, no, 2 wins in a row because last race, Dennis Smith took the win. Dennis the Menace from Dudley, Georgia. There you see, there's Mick Olofsson. Again, he led a couple laps, 27 to be exact, last race. I do want to take a second to thank our sponsor of the race, Harpers Salvage. If you're interested in some used salvage parts, best place to go is harpersalvage.com. And I've actually put the link in the description so you can easily access their website. Again, they specialize in used salvaged parts. You can search what part you're looking for, and I believe they will have exactly what you're looking for. And practice has now officially been completed as we are getting set for heat race number 1. Go ahead and take a look at our starting lineup. Starting first, we got Dylan R. Wilson. Second, it's going to be Don Runkle Jr. Third is going to be Quentin Reed. Outside of him, it's going to be Will Witt. Fifth is John Foskey. And then, starting last but not least, we have Mason Haney. Alright, looks like everyone has gotten onto the racetrack as the pace car is starting to move. It looks like 85. There we go. Not exactly sure what happened there. Wasn't moving there. There's some palm trees. Again, we are in Barbersville, Florida. Here at Volusia Speedway Park. We're getting set for some pro late model racing. Normally the heat races are a little bit more calmer than the race, but still, this is going to determine where you are going to be starting. The top 2 from both heat races are going to make up the front row, kind of like, well, not exactly like the Daytona duels, because the top 2 in qualifying start off the front row, but row 2, I guess you could say. So here we are. When they come into 3 and 4, that pace car, or excuse me, pace truck, gonna dip off, and we are going to be going green here for 7 laps. Very short heat race. There goes the pace truck.
Green flag.
Green flag is out here at Volusia Speedway Park and already getting clear of the double O of Don Runkle Jr. Maybe saw a little bit of contact there between Don Runkle Jr. and Will Witt. And Don Runkle Jr. is going to try to track down the 185. And, ooh, saw them way low on the track. I believe that was the 71 of Quentin Reed. He was able to save it. The field is kind of single filed out here. You have a battle for third between Will Witt and Quentin Reed. Ooh. So Quentin Reed maybe got a little bit loose there as you saw the car start to wiggle a little bit in turns 1 and 2, and that is going to help Mason Haney get by him. They're still side by side though. 3 wide as John Foskey comes on the bottom. And he gets by Mason Haney. Ooh, slide job up the track into Quentin Reed. John Foskey's going to be able to get clear of the 89 of Mason Haney. We've got 3 laps to go in this heat race, and Dylan R. Wilson has a 2-second lead over Don Runkle Jr., and he's under attack from the 35 of Will Witt on there on the bottom. Side by side there you see in turns 3 and 4. They're going to have 1 lap to decide who's going to get second place and start on the second row. Looks like Don Runkle Jr. is able to hold off the 30. Oh no! We see a last little fight to try to get second place. Nope, 00 is going to take second. Will Witt takes third. And turns the 00 around. That was after they crossed the stripe, so that won't affect anything. And there we go. We're gridding for our second heat race. We got Donnie Bartlett starting on the pole in that 29 machine. Mick Olofsson starting second. Zach McMillan third. Then outside of him, we have John Bartlett. And then starting last but not least, we have last race's winner, Dennis Smith. Another solid field, including we have 2 of our top 3 from last race in this heat race. We got a lot of talent here, but both of them are starting in the back 2 spots. They're going to have to make their way up through the field and get by Zach McMillan, Mick Olofsson, and Donnie Bartlett. As there you take a look at your field. And Donnie Bartlett on the bottom, Mick Olofsson on the top. Dennis Smith did start 7th last race. So these heat races don't always mean everything in the actual feature. But we'll see what happens in the heat race. Should be some exciting racing. Donnie Bartlett on the bottom, Mick Olofsson on the top. Waiting for that pace truck to pull in. There he goes, dipping off.
Green, green, green.
And green flag is out here for heat race number 2 of Volusia Speedway Park, and we're side by side for the lead as we enter turns 1 and 2. Mick Olofsson working that high side, trying to get by Donnie. They remain side by side. Here comes Zach McMillan on the bottom, joining in the fun. Making that high side work was Mick, and he's able to take first place away from Donnie Bartlett. And we're side by side for second as here comes Dennis Smith on the bottom, trying to get in front of Donnie Bartlett. And once Mick Olofsson got clean track in front of him, he just ran away from the rest of the drivers. But I don't know, let's see what happens when Dennis Smith has got some clean track in front of him. Besides, of course, that 75. He does have the 29 of Donnie Bartlett on his tail, trying to get under him. Ooh, all right, side by side. Dennis Smith is reeling in the 75 of Mick Olofsson. Here they go. Looks like the field is single filed out. But here comes Dennis Smith as I say that, making a move on Mick Olofsson. Ooh. They're side by side pretty much as they cross the line with 2 laps to go to decide, and Dennis Smith is going to take it on the bottom. Mick is still there. And he's going to run that bottom Ooh, got a little bit loose there. Final lap, and they're side by side. This might be a photo finish here at Volusia. Dennis Smith is able to get clear of Mick Olofsson. We'll see a final time. Try to get him in the turn here. And ooh, that was a close finish, but Dennis Smith is going to take heat race number 2 win. As we had a very, very close finish, but it's time for the, actually, we're going to do a warm-up. 3 minutes to give these drivers a little extra shakedown before we go green flag racing for the feature. We'll see who is going to be the fastest, as there goes all of those pro late models onto the track. While we have a break in the action, make sure to share this broadcast, as it does give exposure to the dirt cars, all the drivers and the sponsors. And who knows, you might have somebody on your friends list that really, really enjoys racing and you didn't know it. Thank you, Walt Howard, for sharing the stream. Hopefully you enjoyed our heat races as we're getting set for the feature. Got a little bit of practice left, as iRacing calls it, warm-up, whatever you want to call it. We're just going to take a look at some of our drivers. As you can see, some information about them, like, for example, Don Runkle Jr., 45-year-old from Valencia, California. He's got Mission 22 there. This is his profile picture. Oh! Big contact between Don Runkle Jr. and I believe that was the Harpers salvage car of Will Witt. Right now on the top of the board in practice. He's a 10th faster than John Bartlett. That's John Foskey in that 128 machine. He was also fastest in our practice before we had those heat races, so he's going to be the driver to watch for sure. But I mean, you saw how fast Dennis Smith was there in the heat race. How he was able to get by Donnie Bartlett, and once he had a clean track, he reeled in Mick Olofsson and got by him. And then there's everyone else that has a chance to win. So here we go. Warm-up has been completed. iRacing, as you see, they're still in the track. iRacing gives you a couple more seconds to complete your lap, even after the timer runs out. And there we go. We're gridding for this race, and let's take a look here at our heat race starting. Our race starting lineup, our feature event. This is going to be presented by Harpers Salvage, and Dylan R. Wilson won heat race number 1. He's going to be starting on the pole. Heat race winner number 2. He's starting second. That's Dennis Smith. Don Runkle Jr. starts third. Outside of him, that's going to be Mick Olofsson. And then rounding out your top 5, that's Will Witt. 6th is John Bartlett. 7th is going to be John Foskey. Starting 8th is the 29 of Donnie Bartlett. 9th place, it's the GSGRFX Motorsports machine of Mason Haney. And then 10th place, it's Zach McMillan. And starting last but not least, we'll see if he'll be able to make his way up to the field. That's Quentin Reed. So here we go. As you see, everybody's warming up. It's Florida, so theirs already warm. Now for dirt, the track temperature is actually a lot of times cooler than the air temperature. Because, well, it's soil, it's dirt, so and it packs in moisture. Cool. Here we go. Dylan R. Wilson on the bottom. We got Dennis Smith on the top. And everybody else behind them. Here we go. 30 laps at Volusia. You can consider this race a sprint. Only 30 laps for everyone to do everything and make their way up to the field. There goes the pace truck dipping off, and green flag is out here at Volusia for our feature event. And already jumping to the point, Dennis Smith making it work on the high side, trying to get by Dylan R. Wilson. Side by side as we enter 3 and 4. Side by side as we cross the stripe. That would have been a photo finish if the race ended right there. But Dennis Smith able to get into a little bit of a lead, got a little bit loose there, and that allowed the 185 to come back on the bottom. And he's clear of Dennis Smith again. Here we got the battle for second. John Foskey is in third.
Caution is out.
He's got the double. Oh, and caution's out here at Volusia. Bunch of people wrecking there. Uh-oh. Get that wreckage replay up for you. Alright. Looks like the 11 of John Bartlett was involved. Will Witt. Exactly what happened here. Here we go. So, running that low line is John Bartlett. And as we exit, that's turn 2, he just drifts up the track right into the 35 of Will Witt. And once they make contact, that sends both of them around. Luckily, everyone else was able to avoid the incident. When the caution flag came out, Dylan R. Wilson was the leader. Like the ticker was a little bit, everybody, all the positions were shifting around. We got everything straight. Here we go. Here we go. Waiting for the pace truck to pull in, as he does right there.
Green, green, green.
We're back green flag racing here at Volusia. Getting a great restart with the 185 of Dylan. Oh, we're side by side between John Foskey and Dennis Smith. We saw them trading paint there for a little bit. Like John Foskey running that low line, and he's clear of Dennis Smith.
Caution is out.
But Dennis Smith, what? Another caution is out here at Volusia. See what happened. Like Don Runkle Jr. in the wall. Like he was sticking to it, like there was some glue. What happened? Let's see. So maybe Quentin Reed might have came up a little bit there into Mikko Lofson. Domino effect into Don Runkle Jr. And he just bounces right off the wall. And that sends Mick maybe some net coat. Was John Bartlett able to save it? Yeah, he was. And then there's the 97 of Zach McMillan. They made some contact, and that sends Mikko Lofson right into the concrete wall. Must have hurt. It was pretty crazy there. For second place, we saw Dennis Smith and John Foskey battling, and they traded some paint. And looks like the lights on the pace truck, they come off. We're gonna be heading back green here. Hopefully we can get a good green flag run. We can really see who's the fastest. And again, got Dylan R. Wilson on the bottom, Dennis Smith on the top. That's exactly how we started this race since lap 1. And it's all on the pace truck. When does he want to pull in? There he goes. Now it's on Barney the flag man.
Green flag, green flag.
And we're back green here at Volusia. Again, the 185 of Dylan R. Wilson able to get a good restart, but also the 51 of Dennis Smith also gets a good run, running it on the bottom there. But he also has a hard-charging John Foskey behind him. He has to execute this pass pretty quickly, or else he's going to get past himself. Trying to run the low line, trying to get under him. The 185 able to hold Dennis Smith off as we're under 25 laps to go. And this is a sprint of a race, only 30 laps. We're side by side for second. Here comes John Foskey on the bottom, sliding up the track is Dennis Smith, and John Foskey takes second. Man, that lost Dennis Smith a lot of track position as he's got Quentin Reed charging to try to take third from him. Pretty sure Dennis Smith has got everything back together, got his head straight again, and he's going to try to track down John Foskey once again. Side by side for seventh. Got John Bartlett getting ahead of Will Witt. Then we're side by side between Mick Olafson and Will Witt. And Mick is able to get clear of Will Witt. And as we look back up front, Dylan R. Wilson has a 6/10 lead over John Foskey. He's only got 19 laps to try to catch up to him. I'm sure John Foskey's going to try to experiment with the track, see where he needs to be running, of course. 30 laps doesn't really give a lot of time for the cushion to build up. But still, we'll see how that progresses. Because we've seen different things on what works. Whether it's running the low line or running the high line, maybe somewhere in the middle. Pretty much all across the field, it's single file right now. Everyone's realizing, hey, if I'm going to be there in the end, I got to save my car. We already have seen 2 cautions, which has taken 2 cars out of the race, Don Ruckle Jr. and Mason Haney. So these drivers don't want to end up like those two. Dennis Smith is trying to catch up to John Foskey. John Foskey did make the pass under Dennis Smith a couple laps ago. And somehow I think we saw Dennis Smith maybe get a little bit loose at some point, and that lost him tons of track position. And Quentin Reed almost got by him. Of course, now there's a 2-second gap between those two. Oh yeah, definitely gaining ground is Dennis Smith towards John Foskey. I think in the next couple of laps we might see a pass get made between these two. He's going to try to get under that 28 machine. comes Dennis Smith. Don't look now. He's getting to John Foskey's quarter panel in the turns. Oh, he was there as we crossed the start-finish line. We're seeing a game of cat and mouse here between these two. Oh no, Dennis Smith has now less than 10 laps to go to get by John Foskey. While these two battle, Dylan R. Wilson has got himself a 1-second lead over John Foskey. We're 3 wide in the back of the pack, and oh, Zach McMillan, Donnie Bartlett, both of them make contact. Both of them are able to save it, luckily, so no caution comes out. We look back up front for the battle for second. Donnie Bartlett is catching Quentin Reed for, that's 5th place. There's battles all over the track. I don't know, for this battle for 2nd place. Running out of time now, under 5 laps to go for Dennis Smith, and just on a cruise right now. Sunday drive is Dylan Wilson, Foskey, and Dennis Smith. Some information about the two. 2 laps to go now. I don't know. Unless the 51 sends it here. John Foskey's going to take 2nd, which means Dylan R. Wilson will take 1st. Don't want to jinx anything. Final lap. And Dylan R. Wilson takes the victory here at Volusia. John Foskey is able to hold off Dennis Smith, and he gets 2nd. And there goes the fireworks here at Volusia. There they are. Woo! Spins it around. What a victory. Starts the race on the pole, gets out to an early lead, and just runs away with it. Very, very easy. Oh. Backing up. Of course, they are going to do a picture. With the top 3. While they do that, let's go ahead and talk about our finishing results. Alright, here we go. Looks like Dylan R. Wilson ended up, again, he got the win. John Foskey was a 2nd behind. He took 2nd. Dennis Smith 3rd. John Bartlett 4th. And then Quentin Reed rounds out your top 5. Zach McMillan ended up finishing 6th. Will Witt hit 7th. And then Donnie Bartlett finishes 8th. Then we got the 75 of Mick Olofsson in 9th. And then Don Runkle Jr. finishes 10th. And last but not least, it's Mason Haney. Go ahead and see, and looks like we do have all 3 of the top 3 in our waiting room. Go ahead and start off by pulling in 3rd place, Smith. Hey Dennis, this is Atlee in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
Man, well, that was an exciting race right there. Started the race in second, got the heat race number 2 win. Started side by side with Dylan R. Wilson. He ended up getting the jump, and then you had a hard-charging John Foskey behind you. He was able to get by when you looked like you were starting to catch him, but in the end, John Foskey got second and you got third. But, I mean, what happened from, like, your point of view here at Volusia?
Yeah, it was, I don't know. It's kind of a tough situation that the 185 put me in there going into 3. It's kind of an aggressive move to be making that early in the race. And that kind of pushed us up out of the groove, and then I think the cars that were behind us called us. And then Bosky, I think me and him made contact a few times. It was just, I don't know, it was not a lot of patience, I guess.
This was a 30-lap race, but do you think if you might have had 5 or 10 more laps, you were going to catch John?
I'm not really sure. The top, actually, really the whole racetrack was pretty hammered down, except for the very bottom. I think you'd have to lift a little bit down there, but I don't really think it was possible unless the track had really slicked off.
Got you. Well, still good performance. That will be your 3rd top 3 in a row. So, dropped you. And any sponsors or shout-outs you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Shout out to you guys for putting this on. Shout out to Mick for doing the league. Shout out to John, I guess, on his second place there, and hats off to Dylan. So good job, guys. Hopefully see him next week. Hopefully we can get a win next week.
Yep, we'll be watching. Well, congratulations, and hopefully again we'll see maybe a good performance next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and pull in second place, John Foskey. Hey, John, this is Atlee in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, well, started the race pretty not in the front row, and you were able to track down John Foskey. We saw you trading paint for a little bit, and then you got by him, and you were able to hold him off there in the end. I mean, what happened here at Volusia?
I just got caught up in traffic, and
Got you. Where did you find yourself running? Were you running the low side, high side? Where did you find fit for you?
and made up a couple of. I'm sorry, I'm having internet issues right now.
Oh, okay.
My bad. But it was towards the top, dominant, really, just wide open around the top. I tried the bottom a couple times, and there really wasn't nothing there.
Sweet. Well, second place. You got that last week, and you got it again. But I mean, you've been a consistent top 3 finisher, and if you keep it up, you'll definitely rise up in the point standings. But any sponsors or shout outs, anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I got a new wrap on the car this week, and it's got my actual sponsors on it. I want to give a shout out to Coleman and Son Painting, Extreme Detailing, G&A Logging, Rodco Racing Setups, and the Dirt Car League for putting all this on and for y'all broadcasting.
And we have fun doing it, and man, you really put on a show here at Volusia, and congratulations on second place, and hopefully we'll see another good performance next week.
All right, thank you.
Let's go ahead and pull in our first place finisher, Dylan R. Wilson. Hey, Dylan, this is Atlee in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Sweet. Well, started the race on the pole, got the heat race 1 win. It seemed like you got it dialed in, able to take the lead very, very early, and you held it from there, led every single lap of this event. But I mean, what was your take on this race here at Volusia?
I didn't come in. I didn't want to practice, and started on the pole the heat race, knowing I needed to get a good start, and knowing the track was going to be on the bottom because the middle was gone. Then we started on the pole of the main, and we go off in the 1 and 2. Had to give the 51 car door because the top side was the middle line was dominant, and I had to get there fast. Then when I got in the middle, I started running away with it.
So you found yourself running the middle there. Well, I mean, that was an awesome performance. Just, again, able to just get out front and hold everybody off. But, I mean, congratulations on the win. Was this your first race in the Dirt Car Series?
Yep.
We will definitely made yourself known because you ended up getting the win. Well, congratulations. Any sponsors or shout-outs you'd like to thank before I let you go?
Yeah, Cody Harris _23 on Twitch, and Davin Cardwell Setup Shop.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we'll see another good performance next week.
Thank you.
Well, that was a fantastic race here at Volusia Speedway Park. One more time, congratulations to Dylan R. Wilson. There you go, doing a little burnout. Oh, hits the wall. Very tight quarters to do it. Ooh, it's very easy to do a burnout here in dirt just because it's slippery. And like he's done. Yep, that's going to be it for the burnout. Oh, no, there's more. This is like the birthday candle where you try to blow it out and it stays lit. There he goes. He keeps on doing the burnout. Oh, my goodness. Oh, hits the wall again. And there you go. Finally manually disconnects, but still, great race here at Volusia Speedway Park. And thank you, everyone, for watching this broadcast here on Intensity Broadcasting. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as we are on the road to 2,000 followers on Facebook, and we're still chugging towards 1,000 on Twitch and YouTube. And also, make sure to check us out on Twitter. And stay tuned because we're going to have another dirt race coming up here with the iOS Dirt Dominator Series. And if you are interested in watching, make sure to turn on your notifications so you are notified when we do go live. Or you can just keep on checking your Facebook to see if we do go live. So that should be a fun race, so make sure to stay tuned for that. I'm Atlee Atman-Weiss, and on behalf of the whole Intensity Broadcasting team, thank you so much for watching, and please join us next time. Over and out.